Good evening. I did some looking and some research, trying to see what was causing the stream issues last time. I think I found it. There was a Windows feature, unsurprisingly, that was causing issues, so hopefully that is resolved. I'm going to keep an eye on the bitrate, and if you see any issues with the stream, let me know. Otherwise, probably going to do a couple of runs. Hopefully I can continue to be as stupidly lucky as I was last time. I have a couple of, plans that I'm trying to work out, a couple of objectives to accomplish. My dad had mentioned that there's something at the end of getting all 8 classrooms in one run of the house one day. And so there's that I want to try to do. Obviously, I want to try to get to the basement with the pump room available so that I can adjust the water levels in the reservoir. Because I'm guessing that's going to be an important part after the trip in the catacombs. So those are the 2 things I'd like to be able to try to do, but it obviously depends on the caprice of the house. So we will do our best with what we get. I think I'm still largely in favor of going and checking out the outside room first. And I mean, the wishing in the wishing well hasn't hurt, so I'm gonna keep, oh shoot, because I need to get the allowance first. That's fine, that 1 step isn't gonna kill me, right? It's not gonna ruin my day. 2 steps, anyway. Say love you. Okay. I mean, I like the shelter. I like me a shelter. Because I hate a lot of the negative effects. Trading post could still be good. I don't have the hecking moon pendant anymore. Shrine is also just pretty good too. Let's just go for the shelter. Because I'm pretty sure there's something that happens if you can connect all 3 terminals to the network in the same run as well. So, not to mention, there's still the potential of tripping the radiation sensor. That would be very helpful to very helpful for exploring the house. Most of the time I run out of gems first, but just looking to see. Of 12 solid USB. 12 USB, and we're at 0.11. So obviously we would need a lot higher. But heck if I know how to trigger a radiation event in this house. Cool. seems like such a waste to use the corridor here, so I might just store room. Because it's a pretty good start to the investment. I haven't seen the freezer in a long time. Always probably pretty good too. Let's go for the spare green room here. And oh look, blessed with a shovel. Just gonna find that treasure map again, you know? Commissary could be good, but I don't like using my gem this early, and I don't have the money to buy something from the commissary yet. Bedroom, it's kind of a waste to stick in the corner, but also I don't know if there's a really good spot for it. And I'm probably going to backtrack through, but I think I'm going to go for the pantry. I just hope that I don't run into the chapel soon. Den is probably okay. I might just go for closet here, because there are a bunch of good items that I could get. And the sleep mask is one of them. So it's a good, productive way to increase the longevity of a run. Parlor's perfect, I think. So immediately my thought is, this is, ooh, no. So the blue and the black can't both be true. So that likely means that they're in here, because if this is true, then that means this is true, and that means this is false, and that means the false statement has the gems. So I think we're going to go for that, rather than, you know, continue to stress over it, because I so far have proven pretty adept at these, much more than I was afraid I would be. I mean, I could just take the nursery here, and that would, with the sleep mask, that really benefits. It's just a risk because I don't know how the hallway or the foundation are going to pan out. And so while it could be good to, I think we'll greed it a little bit. And over Lucky Rabbit's foot, it's pretty good. Again, there's probably some secret here. I just don't know what it is. There's not a publication date for the book either, which might be a ready clue, given what we know about dates. don't like the chapel. I don't like the nook. There aren't many other dead-end rooms that I really want to have locked that way. Because I already have the closet and the storeroom. I could do the chapel and hope never to pass through it again. Okay. Or, okay, yeah, sheltered. Never mind. Not a concern. Don't look like there's anything else in here. Workshop's pretty big. I'm gonna take that. Okay, sledgehammer. I kinda wish that was the battery pack, because I feel like I could be more consistent. Because I can buy a sledgehammer, presumably. In the commissary. I think we'll go for the West Wing Hall before we go for the garage. Again, we're hoping... Okay, so Sinclair died in 93. In March. Well, okay, but he didn't die. He wrote his will and testament. I had started a new game just to test the stream and watching the intro thing again. The new will and testament was written in March of 1993. This whole game starts in November. So anyway. Yeah, I think it's okay to have the garage here. Because I do need more keys. Pool's pretty big. Let's go for that. Kind of wish you could see what was in the bottom of the pool before trying to empty it. Key card. Don't have one of those yet. Bedroom is probably good to put here. Because I am probably going to need to go through a couple of treasure map. Ooh. Okay, okay. It might be in business, especially if we've already drafted the room that the treasure map leads to. Which we haven't. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rank 6, fourth column. So right here. Yeah, we'll definitely see if we can make our way over there. Courtyard would be pretty good here, but that's a gem I don't really want to spend. And with the bedroom here, I don't think I need to connect back to the hallway. I think I can go for the billiard room and hope that I get a key card from that. Excuse me. Six. Minus 6 minus 4. Five, 26 minus 6 times 5 times 1 divided by 20. Oh. Again, feeling the luck. Feeling hashtag blessed today. And we have the pump room. It's very tempting just to put the pump room here. Obviously it's a major risk because I don't know what I'm going to get in the pool and it could just ruin me. I have the resources to guarantee I get something good, but it's also convenient when the pump room connects to the pool, right? So, I kind of want to just take the sauna. Let's just take the pump room. Let's not risk it. Sledgehammer's so nice. Okay, so let's empty out the pool. Oh, and it stays. It stays after you do it. After, like, I had emptied out the aquarium to check out that puzzle. That's kind of convenient. And so I'm also just deathly curious about whether I can, like, empty the fountain out front or if there's a separate fountain. But anyway, so we need to empty the pool. And I think I can likely do that just by... If the room stayed in the same configuration. No, okay. So let's figure it out. 6. So let's see if this works. Okay, it does say stay in the same configuration. This goes to either the reservoir or the fountain. Cool. Okay. I'm speculating that I'm not going to need the aquarium emptied again, having looked through it pretty thoroughly. And so I'm pretty comfortable just dumping all the water from the pool in there. And I do want to fill up the kitchen water, because the sink runs in there for some reason, but there's no water in it. So I will put some water in the kitchen. That's pump 4. And so that goes to pump this one. So kitchen fill. So I'm gonna go investigate the pool, see what's in the water there, and then I will go and lower the reservoir water. I don't know how much I need to do so, because notably, it's been about 4 days since I last drafted the pool and emptied it, and so I wonder if it's 1 coin per day you go between after entering the pool. Words are hard. So now we can fill the pool again. And reservoir goes to this pump. Again, I don't know how shallow I need it to be. It looked like there could be stuff on the very bottom of the reservoir, and if I can get in from the basement side, there was a stairway down. But there was the flooded section from the catacombs that likely doesn't need to be all the way emptied, and then there was a boat that could get me across. So if I can get this to the right volume, then I bet I can figure stuff out. I still don't know what all this is. Because it's just the reserve tank. It doesn't say... It doesn't tell me much beyond that. I also don't know if there was a good benefit to taking water from the greenhouse. Because I want the flowers to be able to grow in there, and I assume that part of that is having water on it. Again, words are hard. Sorry, that is unfortunate, but had a long-ish day of work today. So I'm just going to leave it here, because it seems like an auspicious amount to have just all the water available, distributed. I'm going to go with this, and then I'll hopefully, with all the bedroom benefits that I have, I will be able to get enough steps to rectify the mistake if it is one. But with the key card, we can hopefully continue our journey. Nook could be okay. I can save them all because the gem replaces itself here because I have the safe. Let's go Nook. Yeah. Unsurprising. Corridor does open a lot of opportunities here. So I think I'm gonna go corridor. Security is big. Commissary is also pretty big. I still have 2 shelters left, and so I could do gymnasium too. I think I'm going to do security because I have the key card. I want to increase the security level. Four coins, that's fine. I can't imagine that it matters whether it's... I don't think the offline mode is going to change things drastically for me, but... Conference room's pretty big. Library. I think library, honestly. Because I want to check out a new book. It's either drafting strategy or Swimbird at this point. There's part of me that likes the idea of just saving Swimbird for last, because it's probably going to be sweet and or story meaningful, whereas drafting strategy is likely to help me actually play the game better. Let's go for Swimbird, I guess. Okay, no, final answer. Drafting strategy. Oh, this is the right room. Let's see what we get here. One of the lost coffers of Mount Holly. Okay. I really hope that that is renewable. Though it would be kind of interesting if this room just permanently has a hole in it. Freezer is actually kind of tempting. But I think I want the commissary first. Could just buy the upgrade desk. I think I'll save that decision for later. Don't have any drop frames yet, so that's a pretty good sign. I haven't been to the locker room, and spreading keys throughout the house seems like a pretty good deal. Let's try that. Okay, we got the car keys. Big. So are all the lockers locked? Oh, fam, I don't want to have to... I guess there's a room to get if you can ever get the master key. Or just getting lucky with the lockpicks, I guess. Haven't been to the walk-in closet either. I could get the furnace, and then maybe I could get the freezer as I go north on the right side, but I also don't have too many keys left. I think I will get the furnace because I'm sheltered still, which shouldn't cause any actual issues. And I got another key. 10 out of 10. Oh, wow. Hashtag blessed indeed. We have to go through each room again, or just cursory look through each room because keys were spread through the house. We don't want to miss any of them. Oh, that's so tempting, but I'd like to potentially get the freezer close enough to the furnace that it melts things. This is also one of the best days I've had, and so there's part of that wants to see if I can draft a room in every section of the house, because that's an achievement, and I like getting achievements. But also 40 coins lets me buy 2 upgrade discs. And that would let me, because yeah. Still upset that I couldn't find any console, anything to upgrade with. I think I'm gonna go for the courtyard though, because they're usually the metal detector is gonna be great for going back to the house. So I'm happy I went here. There's a dig spot. Good. A single coin counts. I kind of want to go back through the rumpus room and see if the fortune teller has anything to say. So we are going to go here. Holy cow. Okay, just gonna get my notes ready.
And, as it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future. The image is becoming clear. I see the darkened cloud of ruin, familiar to us both, now decrepit, run down, and in disrepair. I see 8 red envelopes, resting upon 8 pedestals. And in these 8 envelopes, I see 8 letters penned by 8 different hands. 8 letters of which you will only ever find and read 7. Just like the art hanging on the walls of these rooms, there is a letter missing. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
Okay. So we kind of already know some of what was said. I found 3 of the presumably 7 envelopes. They're structured so that there could be 8 slots here, that I could find the 8th, because he does seem pretty naysaying in general. Okay, that's kind of a shame. I could just put the guest bedroom. That gives me all the steps I could possibly need. I haven't been to the office in a long time, and there's a safe in here that I wouldn't mind trying to find. I'm running low on gems. The question really is, do I want to invest in today or invest in tomorrow? The last time I drafted the sauna, I didn't have the greatest luck, and I ended up needing to go call it early, which kind of sucked. So I kind of, because I will need to go back to the garage, make my way all the way back around to the garage, because I have the keys to the car. So I think I'm going to do guest bedroom. It's a tough call, though, because, again, I haven't seen the office in a while. I think I'm just going to take the office. Again, it's a bit of a risk, but still curious about that hand. Because that's going to open the safe, right? Yeah, I could have seen that earlier. Bridget, please check if any books matching these titles are available for purchase in Reddington. Flight of the Queen, March of the Count, Fall of the Lord, Passing of the Barons, Herrings of the Major. Had a little trouble reading the Baron's writing, so I am not sure if the last title is intended to be Hearings or Herrings, but knowing Herbert, I suspect either would be suitable. Red Herring, perhaps. The antechamber lever in the greenhouse is broken again. I don't think there's enough time to put another work order before sun arrives, so just make sure the west and east levers are operational. I don't think I checked the mail, but I also didn't have the password yet, so... Okay. November 1st, subject next week. Sir, you have not left me any instructions for the following week, and you know how much I hate leaving critical plans up until the last minute. As soon as you decide on the definite plans for the holidays, please pass a message on to me, either through Hartley, who is valeting for you this weekend, or if you absolutely insist, through this confounded electronic typewriter and Babbage. So I'm assuming this was addressed to Herbert. Ugh, okay, so if this was addressed to Herbert, I suspect that he knew he was going to die, which raises a lot of questions. If he hadn't left any instructions intentionally, he probably knew he was going to die. So again, that's kind of a concern. So let's read the first fuse box repair. The vac indicator lights installed per instructions have been turned on. However, it should be noted that the white indicator is only displayed after syncing all 6 indicators to purple. If this is not the desired functionality, let us know and we'll fix it in our regular service visit next week. I don't know what VAC is. Am I dumb? Is it just like ventilation, air conditioning? Gabe, yes, that is the correct functionality. Also, when you're out here next week, please test that the correct sequence is off, blue, green, white, red, purple. Thanks for the due diligence on this project. That's huge. Huge. So the white indicator is only displayed after. Okay, so that means I need to get all 6 to purple, put white in the 3rd from the right, and then adjust the rest to be in that color pattern. So hopefully we can get the power box this time. Changes to the estate. Dear Herbert, we just want to let you know that the changes you requested to your will have been implemented and notarized. If your premonition, God forbid, should bear fruit, rest assured that your plans will be executed down to the last detail. So again, premonition. He seems like he knew he was going to die. Which again is pretty curious, pretty big. One makes me wonder if there's any foul play. I am just going to spread the coins at this point. Poor staff. Hopefully we can make it up to them eventually. Okay, so let's put the wrong password in first. There's a memo in the conference room that says the password to the office thing is 9083. We knew it was false. Okay. There are a couple of dates from the emails that are sent that could be used, but I'm guessing that since March is separate, I'm guessing the number is meant to be March, so the last number is going to be 3, and then count, it could be just like 053 5 of, but if it's supposed to be a date, then I don't know what count would be. It could be 12, try 125 or 3 123, just because that's how many months there are. Yeah. Okay, so count. Don't think I saw this picture before. What am I counting in here? Count. Again, I'm comfortable saying that it's going to be March, that the month is going to be 3. But I don't like, am I supposed to know what the different classes are? The aristocratic titles? Light of the Queen, Count of the March of the Count. I'm also not confident whether any of these repeat. It looks like these two are the same guy. But the angle does make it a little hard to confirm that. I mean, it looks like there are 4 of these statues in here. But I think I mentioned this, but the other family The Marigold family, the other family on the family tree, their symbol is a swan. Um, so we've got October 5th, October 7th, November 1st, and October 8th. So we can try those dates. Just for kicks and giggles. Oh, no, because it's day month. Yeah, didn't think so, but is it? No, because it's. But it's weird because the safe in the boudoir is 12/25 because that's Christmas, so that's month day. But the safe in the drawing room is 154, and the letter in the safe is posted April 15th. And so one of them is date month and the other is month date. So I don't even know. The fake password is 9083. There isn't a month date combination that could be made with all four letter or numbers. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to find it this time. Passing of the Barons. Barons is the only plural. And I think that's the only repeated statue is this one particular guy. So that's probably the Barons they're referring to. The Queen is here. So this guy might be the Count. Rings of the Major. But it could be hearings, so I'm just checking the ears of each of these statues to see. Flight of the Queen. I don't think there's anything I can do to make this queen fly. A flight is the word used to refer to a champagne glass at times, a flight of champagne, and like fluted kind of pottery. It's technically an 8-sided room with the way that the floor is laid out. Um, 13 shelves. No, are you repeated? But kind of. Yeah, you are repeated. Okay. Count. I think I'm just gonna not worry about this right now. I know there's a save here. I'll figure it out at some point. Just gonna keep exploring the house and see if I can get the other rooms I need. Oh, yeah, anyway, salty about that. Let's get the conference room, because I don't want this to dead end just yet. Well, the security door over here is locked too, so it wouldn't benefit me to go around. Let's just open this up. Oh, that's bad. Kinda just want to redraw these. I could take the laboratory though, and that would connect the house. That would let me connect to the last terminal and have all 4 terminals connected for the first time. So I think I'm just going to give up on getting all the rooms this time, because I think that's a worthy connection to make. Unfortunate, but I think I'm going to go buy at least one. Security desk. Upgrade desk. I kind of just want to buy more gems because I don't want to run out. Those seem extremely specific, though. Each room with a fireplace you draft. I can think of the drawing room and the den and technically the furnace. But that's a pretty narrow pool. And then I also need to have the dirt pile, the shovel, to get that benefit from that. And that's also extremely narrow. I feel like the green room luck is probably the most likely to benefit me. Yeah. like it makes the most sense because the rest are so specific and require so many variables that it's probably just going to feel bad more often. But this is the most general upgrade, so I think let's do that. Okay. Oat. Kind of wish there was just like an undo option so you don't waste the steps. Be pretty helpful though, so I understand why they wouldn't do it. That's bad. Four items from the walk-in closet could be really good, especially since I have the workshop. This could give me a battery pack, and that means, or sorry, that could give me the broken lever. That could get me the item, but then I would just need the coat check to make my dreams come true. I could go for the observatory because that guarantees more options to explore the house with. And the sauna, again, I'm running out of steps today. So the sauna could just be a good... I'm gonna go for the sauna. And then we just hope I don't get screwed by this. I mean, I don't think I've been to the drafting studio, and that seems... I don't want to reach dead end, and I have the gems, so I think we're just going to go here. I'm going to wager that this might be the room one that I haven't gotten. Is this memo green? Okay, so here's the drafting strategy. Well, this is the January issue, Volume 1. The one from the library is Volume 5, I believe, so... It should come as no surprise that the first color that comes to mind when speaking about blueprints is blue. And while it's true most architectural plans and designs are found on blue paper, it is not the only color in which floor plans are drafted. In fact, originally they were not blue at all. Hundreds of years ago, the chemicals used to create floor plans caused coated paper to turn black when exposed to light. This raven hue, perhaps more fitting for the reign of Horus, was decidedly more difficult to affix, and architects revision edits to, and so blue was proposed an ideal replacement, as it had no political ties to any other realms. By the Fourth Era, all floor plans were being printed on blue paper. Over the years, the fear of political connotation deferred to innovation, and the use of colored prints eventually became popular with engineers and architects, who use hues as a way to differentiate various types of buildings and rooms. Violet prints, for example, are only used when creating plans for a bedroom, while orange floor plan will immediately inform a contractor that the print contains designs for a hallway. In this issue of drafting strategy, we'll explore the different features of each type of floor plan and look at the underlying connections that tie each room to its color. Just going to write down the political connotation of Horus. Most violet dreams architect guide to bedrooms. The bedroom is often referred to as the heart of the home, and with a good reason. It's the place where people can rest during a long day, where they can kick up their feet for a bit and recharge their batteries. Architects always use violet bordered floor plans for bedrooms, and the accompanying purple hues encountered while drafting will usually let a weary traveler know they have found a room which they can rest up. Architects may wish to utilize bedroom strategies if they're a type who love to explore and backtrack frequently. Having an excess of steps usually affords bedroom enthusiasts the ability to be more carefree with their plans for the day. Okay. Green rooms are a wonderful way to bring the outdoors inside and provide a breath of fresh air for the home. The abundance of plant life, rich soil, and natural resources in these spaces makes them extremely appealing for architects who enjoy gardening and open spaces. These floor plans are extremely synergistic, and strategies centered around green will often involve drafting as many of this color as possible. The more green rooms you are able to draft in your house, the more powerful their effects will become. Additionally, these spaces are more likely than other types of rooms to contain piles of dirt for digging. True. Hallway doors are always unlocked. Foyer seems pretty big, especially for the grand hall that has the 7 locked doors. If the bedroom is the heart of the home, the hallways are the arteries, serving as diverging paths that branch out to connect to different parts of the house and lead visitors to their intended destinations. While these orange corridors are often overlooked as one travels through them, they are a vital component of any house. The numerous doors found in each hall provide the means to add more rooms to your house. And the more hallways you have, the less likely you are to draft yourself to a dead end. Hallway strategies are ideal for the architect who prefers more rooms and flexible options for expansion over pure resources. Golden trim. Shops are an essential part of any large estate, providing a convenient place for the staff and residents to purchase items without having to leave the property. Including at least one of these floor plans in your house will provide you with an outlet for any coins that are found during the day. Strategies that involve generating lots of gold usually want to draft multiple shop rooms to expand the range of the shopping opportunities. These floor plans are bordered with shades of gold, enhancing the sense of luxury and refinement of the shopping experience. Whether it is a quick snack or a high-end fashion item, having a well-placed shop within the estate can greatly enhance the quality of life for the entire household. We're just checking out the pictures to see if there's anything relevant. Negative space. Red rooms are a daring addition to any home, providing a small element of danger that can excite and thrill both residents and visitors. While these rooms come with a certain level of risk, they also offer the potential for substantial returns, as they provide as many doors as they do opportunities. Architects who are willing to take the plunge and draft a red room are often rewarded with a unique and striking space that leaves a lasting impression on those who enter. Just like in life, taking risks can be intimidating, but those who dare to venture outside their comfort zones can reap the greatest rewards. Associated resource vexation. You got that right. Synergizes with skilled players. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Prismatic rooms. You may on rare occasions notice some floor plans that have more than one color in their design. These rooms are unique in that they simultaneously share all the characteristics of each type of room associated with those colors. For example, a floor plan with a violet and gold border would be best described as a bedroom shop, while an orange and green one might contain a corridor of greenery and plants. The aquarium is a very useful multicolored floor plan as it supports all of the color-based strategies listed in this volume. For example, it can give you a bonus steps for having a nursery as well as being unlocked for having a foyer. Work from the editor. As we reach the end of drafting strategy, we hope you have found valuable insights and colorful inspiration for your next architectural project. From the purples of our dreams to the reds of our fears, we believe no ambition of an architect is too brave and no design is too colorful. To achieve our goals, we must delve deep into the spectrum, drawing upon all colors and ideas of daring merit. At the end of the day, color is just another tool. Some wield it to express their own creativity, some hoist it up as a display of their own power, some use it to calculate great sums, but all of us want to find a color we can call our own. Very interesting. In the drafting studio, you will be able to choose a brand new floor plan to permanently add to your draft pool. Permanent changes do not reset each day. Very glad I chose this room. All of these seem really good to have. I love the idea of having more bedrooms, because it's not... I have run out of steps enough times that it's difficult. I've run out of keys more often than I've run out of steps, and so I think I kind of want to take the clock tower. But I also... dormitory would be great for drafting a school draft, because all of the classrooms are compass rooms. But then the solarium is also just good for getting these rare rooms again. think we can go dormitory. But it's also a dead end. I guess they're all dead ends, so that's not really not really a concern. I'm curious about the clock tower, especially because the clock at the front of the house, like if this would let me change the time in the house, that could be very helpful because there's clearly something that needs to take place at the 9:15 and the 11:05 times, or 1:55 and 3:45, whatever. I think I'm gonna go to dormitory. I think that's the one I really care about the most from these, and I'm hoping that when I come back, I'm hoping I can come back again. Yeah, they really want to bash your head in with it for this. The date, I mean, they want to make sure that you know the date. Day 1 was Saturday, this is day 14. And this says, oh, it's the plan for... Oh, and this shows you the partitioning plan for the day, for tomorrow. That's convenient. Okay. So we're either cut off on the left or on the right. There's still a slim chance that I could get the antechamber today. So I think, well, no, I could redraw here. This would probably be a good time to redraw. I already got the West Wing Hall, and I already got the hallway. So I don't know how many rooms I have left that are up and down connected. So I don't know if it would be too worth it. I might be better off just taking the kitchen, letting these 2 rooms not go to waste, but become blocked off. I'm gonna do it. Even worse, but I have the car keys, and the breaker box would give me the opportunity to open the garage and use the car key. So I think I'm just going to take the utility box and call it a day. We got a lot of good things done today, so I'm not too beat up about it. Okay. Gotta remember how to turn on the purple ones in the first place. It says push any of the top buttons, but I don't know what the top buttons are. Okay. Then I need this one to be white? Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh boy. Is that guaranteed gems every day? Ooh. That's big hype. Big hype. Okay, so let's go to the garage. Good stuff. Okay. Wait a sec. That looks kind of like the study. Because when you walk into the study, there is a chair on the left and there's a table on the right, and then there's the board that has the puzzle instructions on the right when you enter. So that could be the study. And that means that there's a safe in there. There's another freaking globe that turns and I don't know what to do with it. Not that it means anything to get through all these. The drop-off address is 14227 Sandy Heights, a small garage on the south edge of Trinsdale. The goods are already secure in the trunk, so just unload and get back here before noon. I've seen Sinclair's schedule, and I don't think he'll be requesting the car today, but you never know when the cat will want to get some air. Tomorrow will likely be the last delivery, and I believe Denny already has payment already. I was low-key hoping that I could, like, mean, that's pretty good. I was hoping that I would be able to drive the car out somewhere. We'll take a picture of this. We've got 28 steps left. I don't know if there's anything I want to change in the pump room. I am curious. I have the running shoes too, so I could probably just go out and go walk out here. I was planning to do that at the end of the day anyway, but because I don't think there's anything else for me to do back down here. I'm probably gonna go, well, I have to go spend the upgrade. And then I'm gonna check out the workshop. And then I'm probably just gonna head back out the side door just to see if there's anything else. Always drawing a library would have been nice a while ago. Yeah, I don't know how much bacon and eggs will give. I'm kind of just inclined to having two additional keys. Guaranteed library access is convenient though, because libraries, you generally get rare rooms off of libraries, and so while the floor planning would probably be pretty bad, because that's a room that goes up left and then left down every time. That's going to leap you around in an inconvenient way most of the time. But also making this into a compass room has benefits as well. I think I'm just going to go for the 2 keys though, because I think that's going to consistently be the most helpful. Complex, uncertain feelings about it all. I just took a picture of this and didn't bother thinking about it any further because it's probably going to be a lot of thinking to go through. I know how to read music. I played the piano growing up, but there's only so many words you can spell with the first 7 letters of the alphabet. Oh, carved in stone here. That's a C. Stones cut by hand and letters rot. The note is red, the letter is not. So there is at least one C here. Because there was the other song page somewhere in the house. In the greenhouse. Trees found inside will never shade. The gems that shine in night and rain. The clue you hold cannot be paid with gems nor coins. So toss away these sheets you find a worthy trade. Sheets is bolded. And then message is bolded in this one. So I'm guessing that if I can find all 8 plus, dowsing around, it's kind of fun. That's fun. Again, I don't see any reason to go back through these since I can't draft any further rooms. So I am just going to go out the garage and then end the day. Or not. I do really hope that I didn't waste something. Because I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to connect all 3 terminals again. All 4 terminals, sorry. But yeah, let's go check out the gemstone cave. Running shoes seem pretty good if I can get them on the day that I get the tomb. Birds. Here's the last of the equipment for the new mine. I don't think we're gonna need more than this, especially if we're gonna limit excavation to 2 stones per day. I was told by the engineer that getting greedier than that might risk the structural integrity of the cave walls, so I suppose we'll have to adhere to his expert opinion, at least for now. We managed to remove all but 1 minecart from the old tunnels, 2 of which were too rusted and worn down to be of any use to us up here, so Dave went ahead and made the call to scrap them. I'm not sure that the foreman is going to be too happy about that, but hopefully you can smooth it over. Now there is still 1 more cart down here, but it's locked on a short track and it's way too difficult to move from the reservoir side. It's a little bit awkward because it's blocking the passage, so I just someone moved from the other side if they can get over there. Boss informed us that there are 2 other ways into the site from that side, but I think we're going to leave that for someone else to finish up if the old man really wants it. So I did already move the tunnel, or move that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Huge hype. What does this get us? Maybe this is the other entrance down there. Something, something, Doctor Who, something. Imagine. The thought crossed my mind to just accept that as something that I had unlocked. Yeah, like, I've watched a couple of streamers, and it's never mattered for me per se, because I always just stop whatever I'm doing to read anything that they pull up onto their screen. I'll often pause if they don't wait long enough. But a lot of people do appreciate having stuff read out loud, because that way they can keep doing whatever they're doing and listening passively. And that's the goal, is to have you passively pay attention to my content. Oh, maybe this leads to the market that is underground and nearby. To finish my thought, though, I did imagine just not checking out the gemstone cave and never finding that. Scripts and Rudford Mining Company, excavation department, foreman's log 3, date 1915. Okay, so this is hacking old. As our client Thomas Sinclair suspected, the arches that were visible from the south cliff were part of a much longer arcade carved into the rock face. Last week when our crew first arrived, only 2 supporting pillars were visible, but after only a few days of clearing vines, moss, and dirt, we've uncovered a dozen more. Our exploration so far has been limited and entirely superficial, as every shaft we have surveyed has ended abruptly, and every promising path leading deeper into the mountain has been blocked by tunnels packed tight with soil, rock, and debris. This site is either much older than we had first assumed, or someone deliberately had these chambers buried. Ugh, I don't like heights. Big hype, heck. Big old hype. Keep going down here first, just to realm and blank sigils of the past and present, presumably by Professor Willard. Foreman's copy not removed the site. Fenires 1905. Something. Pillars of the first era, something either natural or resulting from the creations of, were accustomed to record various signs with the aid of blank. That's a frustrating corner ripped off. They did this in order that the blank of their realm might not be understood by strangers. Historically speaking, sigils are not a new tradition. They have been found in every era and every culture and predate both written text and heraldic arts. However, today when we use the term sigil, we are referring specifically to the realm sigils, which are those crude circular marks of designation found on royal artifacts, buildings, and older documents. This was written to make simple the understanding of these fascinating glyphs and to clearly display the correlation between each sigil and the iconography of the realm's royal art. How is the image of a leafless burning tree seen in geometric lines, and what does it tell us of the kingdom's history? Each line, each circle, and each variation tells a story of the land. Even the adorned borders around the sigils have special meanings. The sigil. To understand a realm sigil, we must first dismantle the symbol and identify the individual elements that make up the whole. Each sigil is composed of 4 things. Core, dividing lines, rays, the moats, and the border. Frickin' heck. So, in the classroom, two of the flags had the hourglass symbol and the mountain symbol. There was a heart symbol that was redacted in the other book, the History of Arindia. Anyway, History of Arindia and Eraha, Erajah, or something, was one of the kingdoms. Orindia here, Iris, and then I don't know what these two are. This could be the redacted heart symbol. At the center of each sigil is a unique shape different for each realm. If the core gives us a name, then the rest of the sigil tells us the history behind the name. Still, it is important to be able to identify and distinguish the core as the first step in deciphering any sigil, because all the other parts are meaningless. We don't first know the place we are describing. The rays, something from the core. I'm just going to take a picture of this because I'm not going to read out loud the mangled bits. I do love that they have all of the like the intentional ripping is such a great puzzle design choice. I'm a big fan, and I'm curious if these lines are going to mean anything if I can find the rest of the page. Wavy lines are used to indicate extreme heat. Scorched air and blazing sun cause the otherwise straight rays to appear shimmering. A rainy realm is indicated with rays of 3 vertical lines pouring down. For more extreme stormy weather, a jagged lightning-shaped ray is used. A ray dotted with falling circles is used for colder realms in which snow is a common occurrence. Windy weather is displayed in sigils by the use of bent, curved lines, rays buckling under the high winds. Moats. On each sigil floating between the rays are small figures called moats. The shape and style of the moats used on a sigil we can tell the type of society a given realm proclaimed, if they consider themselves mighty in arms or blessed by artistic and economic fortune. Star is tribal, a primitive realm, hunter and gatherers. A seed is agricultural, harvest and farming based on society and culture. Teeth, upside down teeth, military, martial something in generations spanning something arguments. Utah, metropolitan, large city-state with a dense urban and populous center. 3 lines, academic, center for knowledge advanced in various scholarly pursuits. These realms are home to many schools, universities, and libraries. Square with a dot, industrial, engineering-driven culture with a focus on manufacturing, invention, and production. Spiritual, a circle with a cross through it, and 4 dots. Now later reverence for nature, animals, and the forces that guide us. And a flower, poetic, strong focus on the advancement of the arts, writing, and music, and language. Border around each sigil is an adorned edge serving as a container for the information within. There are 8 different borders, each one corresponding to a different color. These borders always correspond to the banner and national colors of that specific realm. Putting it all together, by studying the core, rays, moats, and borders of a sigil, you should now be able to unlock the meaning behind what had previously been an undecipherable enigma. So we know what fog is, which is helpful as well. And yes, red border. Ben, this is probably the kingdom of Ben, and they considered themselves militaristic. Okay, that's some pretty big revelations here. Let's go explore this room then. More puzzle pieces. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, do I need to come here after drafting these rooms and then place where the pieces go on the board? Because that would be absolutely crazy. So the chapel is there, I'm pretty sure. And that's where the bishop, no, chapel's one down. Bishop goes in the chapel. Ah, that's okay, yeah. Big fan. The question, does it need to be the blue pawn? Because there have been a couple of different colors of pawns throughout. Or does it just need to be a pawn? I think it just needs to be a pawn, but the parlor has a black pawn, is what I wrote down for it. The bishop is in the chapel, yeah. Okay. Did I draft the nook? Yes. Okay. I don't have the study. The night's in the observatory, and I didn't draft the observatory. This is good, though. Good as in I love this puzzle. The RNG makes it difficult, but also my understanding is that there are patterns that can be used to draft properly. So yeah, that's so good, though. Okay, so I'm going to write down the rooms that work that I need for this. Parlor, office, chapel, observatory. Nook. Study? Because I think the study has this piece, the queen. So if I can get all of those, I can come back here and maybe solve something else big. Or just, get drowned as this sinks into the water. Still, freaking huge day today. Okay, so that means we still have this. We still have the under room here. We still have the room up the hill. That's right over there. And I'm not sure if I can ever open the gates in the surrounding areas. So... yeah, anyway. Let's call this a day. I'm gonna do one more day at least, I think. We'll see how late that keeps me up. But this was a pretty successful trip. Only 2 new rooms, huh? Locker room and drafting studio, I think, technically, because maybe the place I unlocked doesn't count. Yeah, let's do one more day, at least. We'll see how desperate I get, because this stream is meant to be kind of a binge stream to some degree. Go make a wish. Bird. I don't... Okay, so I could draft the tomb and could go check on the reservoir. That might be productive. It would take a lot of steps, but could also give me a lot of money. So I'm thinking I go for the tomb. There's part of me that wants to go for the tool shed just because 2 special items, but the tomb is a lot more rare than the tool shed. So I think I'm going to go for the tomb while I have it. We'll see if I have to solve the puzzle again, quote unquote solve. Looks like I do. Not. Cool. Take a bunch of coins. Where is it, anyway? Wander around to see if there's anything else that I can pick up here. Again, just creepy music. Okay. So I do need to pull this again. Interesting that one would stay solved, but the other wouldn't. I'm glad that that stays pulled out. And we get the upgrade disc again. 10 out of 10. Okay. So... border here. Looks like it's... either red or green. the center bit, it says it's metropolitan. That's what the little Utahs are. And it's foggy. Don't know what 3 rays means, unfortunately. Could be carriages, could be ships. Probably carriages, because I can see 4 rays underneath. I don't know what carriages mean, but, you know. And that's probably Orindia. So we're just going to take a snip of this seal and paste it next to the other seal. Okay, so 4 is too few to cross the river. Whatever it currently is, I probably need 2 more ticks of water to use the boat. And then it does need to be completely emptied if I want to get down that staircase, but that's not going to matter until I get the basement key, at least once. And this didn't get changed at all, and so I'm guessing I'm going to need to empty the reservoir if I want to get through here to that door. Even though that water is clearly lower, so maybe it doesn't even relate at all. Mods, would you check out that message, please? Okay. So we'll... Speculatively, I want to say 2 more, but it could be 1. It could just be 1. I don't know. I'm going to assume 2 and work with that. If I get the pump room today, then maybe I will spend most of my steps just figuring that out, because getting across that reservoir river would be pretty good. Thank you, mods. Not a fan of spam messages. I'm assuming it's a spam message. Selena Hugo, if you're a real person and you're not just faking and whatever, then I apologize, but also that's not the best way to contact me. If you are actually interested, nor would I really be interested in that kind of offer. Anyway. How do you get out of here? There we go. Okay. So, armed with our new knowledge, we want to use this upgrade disc somehow. We want, if we can graft those aforementioned rooms, that'd be great. I don't know that I need to go to the Foundation today. Obviously, if I get the means to, I'm not opposed to the idea, but just go hallway. I mean, nursery's not a bad thing to just stick in the corner and forget about. But I mean, pantry's also pretty good for that same reason. Pantry. And obviously it would be very helpful to get a conference room so I don't need to go back to the tomb every time I draft a dead end. Nook isn't awful, but it does close off this side of the house. Courtyard. Tough call. Kind of just want the keys early, but I can get the Nook elsewhere pretty consistently. The guest bedroom, I don't think I need it. But again, it could just be a good bolster. I don't think I want to use the gem, so I think I'm going to go for the guest bedroom. And just call that good. Take that. Probably don't need to go in there unless I get the shovel. So let's just cut off that corner. Well, speak of the devil. The tomb had at least one dig spot too. I don't know if it's not worth going back just to dig stuff up, but if I do need the money, parlor's probably good. Get back access to the west wing. Black box is false, black box is true, false box contains the gems. The easiest option is false, true, true. So I think it's this. Picture still freaks me the heck out. $10 coins for the commissary is not a bad place to be. I will probably always take a sledgehammer, though the sleeping mask is also a good pick most of the time. Den here is probably pretty good. I do want the observatory if I'm trying to solve that puzzle. I'm gonna go den here. The bedroom was tempting. The garage. Dining room gives me access to the most rooms, but the terrace could be really good. If I was exploring the right side of the house, it could be very helpful. I think I'm gonna go dining room though. Storeroom in the corner is pretty good. Don't hate the veranda, because I haven't drafted many green rooms yet. Let's go for that. Love me a metal detector. Let's not use our key yet. Got steps, we got a dining room. Let's just keep exploring a bit. Let's not use our key yet. If we're lucky, we'll be able to connect the house together. And if we're not, then we'll probably just dedicate most of our time to the east wing at this point anyway. Drawing room. I don't want to close it off yet. Probably an okay spot for the observatory. But I also kind of just want the nook for the keys. And for the, you know, the location of the rook. Bam. Nice. Walk-in closet's risky because again, drawing room could just end the day. But I haven't gone into the walk-in closet. I kind of want to. I think I'm gonna go for security just to be safe though, because I do have an upgrade disc. Yeah. Let's just get that used. Mail room, huh? Kind of like mail room, the no contact delivery most, because that way I don't have to get the mail room in 2 days in a row. I'm curious what a very large package is, though. I think we're just gonna go for the easiest one. $10 coins that oh no, okay, those are in the tomb. Those are gonna be in the tomb because of drafty dead ends. I don't remember what I said, but I'm happy that phrasing fit appropriately. Let's put it to low until we get a key card, and then we'll put it back. We'll put it to high if I can get one. I think dark room, because it's not going to be deadly for this run. There's almost no way for it to truly end my run. Anyway. Okay, that's fine. 2 gems is fine. 2 black pawns in here, so that could be a solution to the chessboard. And the cute little hamster friend. Gerbil friend. I don't know what kind of mouse that is. not my favorite. This could be an opportunity just to draft the nursery. I only have 4 more bedrooms left. I could draft the closet. These 2 items are generally okay. Or I go for the chapel. 5 points isn't that many. There wasn't, I guess there was one thing at the commissary I kind of wanted, but not for 4 coins to my knowledge, and I can always just go to the tomb if I want to buy more. So I think I will go for the chapel here. Yeah, besides chapel is good because it gives the bishop. I so want this altar to lower and this to open as a doorway somewhere. I want there to be more to this room. We'll see. It's kind of mean. Haven't been to the master bedroom either. I kind of want the workshop though, just again guaranteeing if there's the coat check. Yeah, so that's if we get the coat check, that means we can get the I'm curious what the shovel and the broken lever would do. But I think detector shovel is probably fine. Because it greatly increases the odds of getting good stuff from dig spots. And so if I run out of keys and need to go last ditch attempt to dig up that tomb spot, it might give me a better chance. We can do the observatory here. The corridor might not be bad either, just because it's always unlocked and we're on the locked side. Actually, I think I'm going to go that. I have a book in the library waiting for me. I do need to... I don't know if I'm going to get that this time. Yeah, it's probably not worth trying to plan around that. Let's get the library. Let's check out the book. And an apple. Because this is volume 3. Okay. Kimberly Thompson. That's so great. There's a note in the laboratory from Kimberly Thompson asking, how are you supposed to draft in this stupid house? And they were like, oh, they asked for any tips, and now suddenly they got the drafting. Anyway, fun little note. To the ambitious young architect, a fresh blueprint represents a world of boundless possibilities. When you are staring at a blank canvas, you have unlimited potential and ideas to explore. But with an abundance of options at your disposal, the architect can also become overwhelmed by the countless choices and decisions that need to be made. Should I draft a hallway or a closet? How many bedrooms do I need in my house? Is a passageway really worth 2 gems? All these questions can compound, adding layers of complexity and stress to the design process. That's why it's even more important to develop simple and effective strategies that you can employ while drafting your house to ensure a successful project outcome. In this volume of Architectural Digest, we aim to provide architects with some of those strategies and even assist them in developing their own. Gems, gems, gems. Every architect needs them. Although many architects employ different strategies when developing their designs, most of them agree on one guiding principle: have gems while drafting. One of the most common ways architects draft themselves into a corner is by not having the resources they need when opening a new door. If you lack the gems to consider all 3 presented options, you may be forced to draft a room you do not want. To avoid this predicament, focus on drafting rooms that grant you gems and prioritize acquiring gems as early in the day as you can. This approach is a surefire way to set yourself up for success. Make sure you check for gems in the room before you are in before clicking the door. I do this way too much. Think about saving some gems for emergencies. I try to only spend them if I really need the room. I will never draft a passageway on the first 5 ranks. It's a simple strat that has served me well. If you see gems for sale in any of the shops, buy them out. Matthew M. Don't pass up wine cellar even if you're not thirsty. There's no such thing as too many gems. I may have a bit of a problem. Planning your house. When you begin drafting a house, it's important to start each day with a solid foundation. Draft early ranks first. A very common mistake beginners make is drafting in a straight line north and ignoring the many unopened rooms they have left behind in the entrance hall and rooms of the early ranks. When the architects reach higher ranks, they quickly discover they do not have enough keys or gems to continue. Their day usually ends by returning to the lower ranks to draft from the doors they skipped, only to find rooms and items that would have made all the difference if they had been found earlier in the day. As the layout to the right demonstrates, even a path of rooms that snakes through the house and does not go in a straight line can also be structurally weak if you are leaving lots of doors unopened behind you. By starting each day on a strong foundation of rooms on the early ranks, you will have a much better chance of success when you eventually start heading further into the house. Top drafting combos, 5 combos you won't want to miss. Another aspect to consider when planning your house is the order in which you draft rooms. For instance, if you draft Cloister before Terrace, you will be down 3 gems, but if you draft them in the reverse order, Cloister would be free. Identifying a synergistic pair of floor plans is an essential first step, but determining the optimal order for drafting those rooms will provide you with an additional advantage, significantly improving your chances of success. Obviously, a foyer drafted before a Great Hall would mean that all of its many doors would be unlocked. A nursery before a bunk room will give you 10 extra steps because it counts as 2 separate triggers. You won't have to backtrack continually to collect your gold spread from the office if you draft a conference room. The more items you have, the greater chances of being able to create a contraption in the workshop. I would love to draft the attic, man. Making a connection. 2-pair combos aren't the only form of room synergy. You will find some floor plans only work by drafting other specific rooms. These rooms aren't powerful on their own, but can become very useful when their connectivity is eventually discovered. The utility closet is the perfect example of this. It doesn't do anything by itself, but it can literally power up or down other rooms you have drafted in your house. Garage grants garage door access and grants west path access. Got that. Dark room got that. Gymnasium, figured that much. Other examples of connectivity. One of the more simple examples, her ladyship's chambers has synergy with Lady Epson's other 2 rooms, her boudoir and her walk-in closet. Big hype for that. Boiler room connects ducts from room to run steam power to the house. The laboratory, garage, laundry room, furnace, and pump room all have uses for steam power. Interesting that the pump room has a use for steam power. Speaking of the pump room, this room controls the water levels throughout the room, in which the estate can interact directly with the pool, aquarium, greenhouse, kitchen, and several other features located outside of the main house. Tips and tricks. At the kitchen, you can check which course is being served in the dining room that day. Knew that one. This will allow you the opportunity to draft specific rooms that will make the meal even more delicious. Besides counting as 2 bedrooms, the bunk room also counts as 2 rooms. This will increase the amount of steps granted by the master bedroom, the amount of gold spread by the tomb, and the amount of keys found in the servants' quarters. Each time you solve the puzzle in a billiard room or parlor, the difficulty will increase slightly the next time you draft that room. Just because you didn't find any items in the room when you first explored it doesn't mean that will be the case next time you draft it. The day after drafting freezer enters an automated cooldown refreezing cycle during which it cannot be drafted for the next 24 hours. That's good to know. If you are stuck or don't know what to do in a specific room, sometimes it's smart to move on. There are multiple ways to solve many of the challenges you will come across. There's a very good chance you will find a piece of information down the road which may help. When in doubt, draft rooms you have never seen before. Got that. Even if you do not think these rooms seem useful, they may still hold useful clues and information that may help you on your journey. A word from the editor. Although with this volume we have provided our readers with many potential strategies and tricks to try, we here at Architectural Digest hope that the aspiring architects know that there is truly no set blueprint for success. Forging your own path, coming up with your own unique strategies will, in our humble opinion, always provide the best results. Each architect has his own favorite room, each builder has his own favorite tool, and thus each player in turn will develop their own style of play and discover their own secrets and tricks that they can share with the world or keep to themselves. Whatever strategy you employ, we wish you the best of luck drafting and hope you build the house of your dreams. The question is this Architectural Digest merely the result of Herbert Sinclair's ego? Did he pay for the publication and printing of however many volumes of this thing just for the sake of his own house? Or are there other houses that also draft themselves every day? That's the real world building question we have from the Architectural Digest here. I'm going to take a picture of the other examples because I hope that is useful. The rest of it is just knowledge. I don't think I need to take pictures of these because the rest of it's pretty common sense. Okay. So let's see what we get here. Chamber of Mirrors. Ooh. So it looks like there are additional rooms, but there aren't. It's just the one entrance. Because I'm fairly close. Because I have the chapel, the nook, what else do I need? I need the office and the study. But if I draft the observatory, then those are the only two rooms that I need to solve that puzzle. So it's tough. I don't really need second copies of rooms I've already drafted. I don't per se, not necessarily. I'm curious because it's a new room, but this also just means that I'm potentially bottlenecked in the rest of the house. I think I'm gonna go for, I just want to know what it's like. I just am curious. Okay, okay. So do those doors open up, just not from this side? I need to draft over to that side of the house. Okay, well, I don't think that's awful, and we'll see if the repeat rooms make a difference. Because having another dining room could be okay. Okay. It's very good not to miss that. And we'll grab the key, the coins, now that we likely won't need to come back through here. Yeah, 24 gems. Holy. No, wait. Did we spread gems somewhen? No, the gems are all in the Chamber of Mirrors. Okay. Okay. Panic over. I am low-key tempted. Just to go, well, because it was magnifying glass. I don't know if there was actually anything else of use, but I have enough gems that if I get the showroom, it could be beneficial to have that many more coins. But I only have 51 steps left, so I don't know if I wouldn't go back again at that point. Having fun with the emojis there. The delay makes it a little difficult for me to remember what you are reacting to. I'm gonna hold off on going to the tomb. And we'll see if that bites me in the butt. Because the sleeping mask would be good. And the running shoes would be good. Actually, honestly, because the running shoes if I can get 3 more coins, I'll come back and buy the running shoes and I'll go to the tomb. I mean, but the study would also be huge. Because then, if we get the office, then that is office and observatory, I guess. But I'm also low on steps, and so the nursery could be a good investment. I'm gonna go for the study. We'll see if that was the right choice. Oh, there was a statement safe in the corner here. I already knew that. In the drafting room, there's a picture of the not a picture. There's a like a faux. There's a mock-up of the study and the safe, and there's a little person standing in the room. It's unclear which direction they're facing. The floorboards don't line up the same way, but it's a little offset from the table and the swivel chair, and it's angled either here or 180 degrees around. I don't see any specific, but there is the Black Queen here, so that's, I can write that down. Anyway, Hegelian, have you opened this safe in the study? I could only interact with when I'm looking at the study floor plan in the drafting room. If you could interact with it, it says, oh, it's a very detailed model of the safe, but I couldn't like inspect it or anything. Be a little easy. Okay. Yeah, so that's just a clock. It moves with the rest of the house. Again, D8. I mean, today's date would be the 21st. Or the 22nd. feels like it's facing this wall. I think I'm just gonna come back to this later, because I do want to get to bed at a somewhat reasonable hour tonight. Think opening to a room of lots of doors. No, let's just do a normal key. And we'll see if I get screwed by it. Den or patio both seem okay. I don't need that many more gems, but the ability to redraw floor plans with gems is pretty good. And we'll just go for the safety of the den. What are these books appearing here for? Oh, 8 times. Okay, yeah. Let's go for the pool. I think I just want to get the coins here, because I don't want the archives, and I don't really want to spend that many gems on that. So I think we're gonna bit of a coward play, but let's get the coins and the it's a very tough call, because the door that opened in the Hall of Mirrors, Chamber of Mirrors, was that door. And so part of me wants to redraw floor plans and see if I can't get one that goes down and over, just to see if I can get both Chamber of Mirrors passages. That's so much worse. Bollocks. So the boudoir could be good. The dormitory could also just be really good. There's a I don't know for sure. There's a chance that it could just give me 30 steps right away, and then I could easily go get a bunch of coins from the tomb. But then it's also just a dead end, and that's dangerous. Think I'm gonna go for the boudoir. Also a bit of a coward's option, but because using the room with many doors here. Passageway is the safest because archives could be risky. Spreading keys throughout the house, again, motivation to go back through and get the shoes to get a bunch of keys to then be able to open all the doors I could ever want. But archives would give me leeway to spend a lot of gems. I think it's a risk, but yeah, because I don't have a key card either. Wait, I do have a key card. Okay, so that's even more motivation to go back. Because then I can set the security to high. Let's see if I can get to rank 8. Well, okay, I can't get to rank 8. Let's see how this opens first, because then I can eat the food on the way out. So, pump room cuts off a lot of the rest of the house. But would let me experiment with the reservoir in the tomb. That's an additional reason to give it a go. Because I could try both completely draining the reservoir and getting it just enough for the boat to go across. And both could be productive. And it still gives me a connection in case I can get like the showroom and then spend all the coins in the heckin' tomb. Or I could redraw and try to get something better. I think I'm just gonna go for it. So again, let's see if we can put just two water into the reservoir. And we might have to, like, Professor Layton this stuff to get just two. So let's start with draining the aquarium. Because I think it has to fill to completion every time. I haven't been able to interrupt it. And that makes sense for being a puzzle. So that's full to burst. Let's get the kitchen too. Well, I think that's a solution. Well, no, okay, it depends on if I can fill the kitchen with... God, this is a lot of thinking. aquarium and greenhouse both can be filled from number 1. Reservoir. Can be filled from either. I think that'll do it. You fill the other 2 aquariums. And then you just drain 2 out. Okay, anywhere else? I guess we could try to drain the pool too. Just to get the coins and cheese. Yeah, let's do that. I still haven't touched the fountain yet. I don't know explicitly where the fountain is, though. Next here again. It's just the fountain and the... I'm gonna wait on drafting this room until I get back. I hope that my shovel metal detector thing will inform me of keys that have been placed in new rooms. To see if there's a key in here. I don't know if it was worth 2 steps, but pizza. How dare you leave your freaking crusts and a whole slice almost. Terrible. Kids these days. I don't see an additional key, so I'm not going to risk going in there yet. By the running shoes, because hopefully that will save me a bunch of steps as I travel across more rooms. Heck yeah, buddy. So it needs to be just one. Just one. And I would have had it. I can go back and do that again, though. Just one. I think. Hegelian, do you know if I'm right that I need just one missing to get this, or does the reservoir need to be full to cross it with this boat? Because I would rather not make that mistake twice and then need to get lucky again to get both rooms. I am going to explore some of the other rooms, hoping that these shoes will trigger as I try to get more keys. And they don't. They don't trigger to save me. Yeah, I think 6 keys is going to be enough for the rest of this bit, at least. I don't think I need the garage anymore, like, period. I don't think I need the keys. I think I'm just gonna get the walk-in closet. Lockpick set is very, very good. So this picture again. More swan iconography. Bunch of shoes. Doesn't seem like there's anything other than just the 4 items, which is fine. Oh, and I can't use lockpick set on these. That's kind of stupid. Hegelian did not respond, so I'm pretty sure the reservoir was full the first time I went. So I think I'm gonna try to get just one. This tank's full already, which is a little problematic. So let's pump the aquarium into this one. Right? That's how that works. No. No, it's not. So I have one now. Okay, so all I need to do is empty this 4. So let's dump this water back at the pool. Jeez. Because if the kitchen and the reservoir both if I can fill the kitchen and have the reservoir drain 4, then I empty the kitchen into the reservoir. Okay, so let's put the fountain. Fill the kitchen. I put the 1 extra water back in the fountain. Then we drain 4 from the reservoir into this. And then we fill with kitchen water. And then dump into the reservoir, and then it's 1 away from the top. There's part of me that just thinks it needs to be full, and I'm going to be extremely embarrassed if that's the case. Big Alien Ship Hosting, this is your last chance to tell me if I need the reservoir to be full for that boat to be crossable. Of course you can't, of course you can't. Why would I be able to? I already have a nook. I didn't do an experiment last time I had the laboratory because I'm an idiot. But I'm happy at least that the X's aren't really visible with the tanks filled. Makes me feel a little bit better. We got office, and we need both of these, though. We need both of these. Dang it. So if I had drafted the observatory basically any other time, maybe we could have gotten it. I don't need the coins. I could just redraw the floor plan, because if I can get the coat check, that's probably the ideal. I also haven't ever drafted the music room, and that could be good. There's also the X from the laundry room. I have a shovel. I feel like the music room. Let's just get one more new room in. Cute. If only I could unlock anything now. Is that pages 1, 2, 3, and 4? First, words on the sheets. Two words missing for now. And then message is 8. I'm assuming 8 is last. Okay, so find among the white trees something something stones. Take pictures of these because it's probably going to be easier, and there's a chance that there's an important message in between. Can't interact with the keys at all, or the harp. Denoted in verse. The squiggles here, the little clefts, make me wonder if this is secretly a seal as well. So white trees, I don't know what that could be. Well, let's go check out, see if we can even make it to the reservoir again. I'm hoping that the shoes will save me. We'll unlock all the lockers that we can. Oh. I'm wondering if these letters or these numbers correlate to the colors in the billiards room, where it's like add these together and then like track this one. Kirk Darren is a pseudonym. This is one of Hervey's rooms. Okay. Okay, fingers crossed we can make it. So, out the boudoir, across, down to the dining room, left in the dining room. There's a doorway. If I can empty the reservoir from this side with access to this side. And part of me wagers that that's going to be like the end of the game is down that way. Just gonna pull up my map of the reservoir as much as I can see of it. The basement is straight up. No. This is the way to the basement. Looks like it's blocked anyway, so that saves me a step. Yeah, let's go in this room. Okay, cool. As long as it isn't going to cost me to go in and out of here. Oh, that's great. The north lever is through here. And the fountain entrance. Okay, so if I drain the fountain, that'll be... I need to drain the fountain to get through there. But I still need to find the last fragment because I don't know what the phrase at the top is of the segmented map. But having the complete map is great. So at the very least, I want to go check out the north lever. See if there's anything significant in that room. And I'm wondering if those extra platforms are going to be needed or if they're just cosmetic. Yeah, I figured I can't just walk along the edges because that would like negate the purpose of the puzzle. this just goes 1, 2. I mean, since there are only 2 options to change things, that kind of means that it's just a process of elimination, right? So I'd probably just do this. Hello? Oh, well, okay, that makes it a little more complex. Foreman's Log 608, 1918. For almost 3 years in the tunnels, SNR has informed me that we will be closing up the site in June. It has been a somewhat bittersweet experience working on such a historically significant excavation over the past 30-odd months, yet being unable to share any of that work with the world. Maybe one day. Still, there is a significant amount of work that has yet to be done, and it is vitally important that we conclude our efforts in the main cavern and reinforce the structural integrity of the site before we seal the tunnels next month. It may be many generations before they are reopened. Hello. Oh, hello as in discovery, yes. That makes sense. Anyway, okay. Because it theoretically opens up a few other possibilities of connections I could make. So this goes back down. And I think we just pair this up to there now. Because as long as we can go through this door. Yeah. But it just begs the question of, am I going to need to use this one to get to the other platforms for any reason? Because anyway, we'll just go through this. Door slams behind me. Oh, opens that door, huh? And these doors don't go anywhere. Okay. Hello, Mr. Spider Friend, hanging out on my wall. It doesn't seem like it connects by any specific means to anything else. But this is a convenient way out. Okay. I think I just call it a day there. I desperately want to play another day. But it's like 10:30 already, and I still have other things I want to get done before. I don't know. I don't think there's anything else I can do today. I didn't open any of the other antechamber doors. And I'm guessing I need like either the master key or a specific key to get into the antechamber anyway. I mean, I guess technically I could try to make it to the workshop and see if I can combine anything else. I mean, it's... Why are you crawling towards me, spider? The closer you get to me, the more I want to kill you. I'm sorry, bud. Just a little too scary and a little too quick. Oh, you fell off onto my computer instead. Oh, that was a lot grosser than it needed to be. So if I can get to the basement again. Then, or if I can get to the basement in the first place. That could make it much more consistent to get to that room. So I think my next goal is just to get to the basement, to draft, to try to get the green room or the hall of doors or whatever, and just specifically try to draft that. There's an upgrade disc. Maybe it's in the tomb again. I just didn't look around enough to grab it. I don't know, that's disappointing. Okay. I think I have to call it. I would love to do another day, but my work is hard enough as it is without getting enough sleep. Thank you all for watching. It seems like I figured out what was causing issues for the stream, so happy for that. And then again, I'm planning to stream a VR game on Friday, Into the Radius 2, the hit sequel to the hit game Into the Radius. I don't think I'll be doing anything brand new from the recent update because there's still a lot of progress to make on a fresh save, but it should still be fun. It's always fun to see me freaking out in VR. But yeah, we'll be trying to figure out all the things that I need to know about streaming in VR. I don't plan to stream too much of VR stuff until after we move, because again, I can't stand in my current setup, and that makes it hard to play a lot of games. But we'll see. We'll see what happens and see how well the stream goes. So yeah, tune into that if you're interested. I'm still working on a video. Again, I'm continuing to operate under the assumption I will get the video done this month. I have been stressed a lot recently and have had a lot of things cropping up, so I don't know that I'm going to be able to get a video out this month, but I'm going to do my darndest, and I have a couple of days off next week to facilitate that, so we'll see what we can do. Yeah, hopefully this weekend is good for getting the writing and the script and the recording of audio done, because if I can get that done by the end of the weekend, then I'm confident that I could spend 2 days lining up footage. Because I have it pretty well organized for the Metaphor Refantatio, the game that I'm making the video on. So anyway, again, good stream. Thank you for watching. Always happy to have people show up, always happy to have people chat. I don't want to say I'm getting close to finishing the game, because I feel like there's still a lot more to do. There's still so many rooms I've never seen and whatever, but I feel like we're getting closer to some of the bigger secrets at the very least. So yeah, good times. I will see you Friday, and I hope you all have a good night. Bye.